Hi, my name is Will Hipkin and welcome to today's video. Today I'm talking about how I got through depression. How I got through this depressed mind state, which was caused by all these negative events happening in my life. At the time, I was only 15. I'll take you back. I had just turned 15 years old. I thought my life was going great. I thought, what could ever get in the way of happiness? What could ever stop me? I thought nothing bad could ever happen to me. I was trying to make it professionally, trying to make it AFL. I was doing everything I can to make sure my dream would come true. But in a matter of a week, it was all going to be switched around and it was all over. I can remember Christmas Day and watching the carols at the dinner table. We were watching the carols and I turned to Mum and I couldn't see it that well. The TV was a bit blurry. I turned to Mum and I said, I can't really see the TV. She said, oh, that's not good. I said, no, it's not good, is it? So then a few weeks passed and I'm doing training, pre-season training for footy. And we were kicking and we were doing running, but he kicked the ball towards me, one of my mates. He kicked the ball and I wouldn't be able to see it and it would hit me. And I was like, what happened? I could not see the ball coming. And he kicked it again and then it hit me in the stomach. I think, what's going on? I wasn't seeing that well. So that day I went to Specsavers and they took me to Specsavers and they took me into the testing room. So, Will, can you read out the letters? All the letters that you have to read out. I said, all right, yep, let's go. And he gets the letters out and I'm like, I couldn't even read the first letter. He goes, can you read the big E? And I said, well, you just said it's a big E, so I know what it is. So from there, they sent me to a specialist. So we went to a specialist that day and he said to us, we're gonna have to do more testing. We don't know what's wrong with you, Will. Another day passed and it's a full day of testing and they're doing all types of stuff in my eye and I'm freaking out, you know. I want to be out there training. I want to be out there. This is the holidays, you know. I should be out there having fun, but I'm doing testing and I'm stressing out and I'm freaking out. And my mum is already a bit teary, a bit upset. But it gets to the end of the day, and it's only us there, and we're at the end of the day in the office and the specialist, and it's pretty nerve-wracking because you don't know what's going to happen. I thought it was going to be bad, and the doctor comes in. He says, now William, we don't know what's wrong with you, but we're going to send you to the Eye Hospital. We believe that you're losing your vision. It will gradually get worse. And when he said that in the room, that I was going to lose my vision, it went pretty quiet. I turned to my mum next to me, who's in tears, and I really didn't know what to do at that point in time. What can you do? So a few weeks passed. I went to hospital. They couldn't work out what was wrong. They tried all types of treatment with me, but they couldn't fix me. And then from there, my vision would decrease over time. So what did I do? I laid in bed and I cried for weeks, which was not good. I was in a depressed mind state. And I believe a depressed mind state is when everything is out of control and you cannot do anything about it. All these negative events are happening in your life and they just keep happening and you cannot do anything about it. You can't control it. And that's where I was at. I also call this like a bathtub that's overflown. A bathtub that's overflowing and water's going everywhere. And it gets real messy and it's not good, is it? So, I was in this real bad mind state and, you know, I was sort of fed up of crying. I was sort of fed up of just being upset all the time. So, you know what? I said, I'm going to create a strategy out of this and I'm going to work out how I'm going to get out of this. Because when there's a will, there is a way. All right, so what I did, I listed the priorities in my head. The priorities in my head that I had to do in order for me to become happy, in order for me to get out of this depressed mind state. So my first priority was go to school. You know, I wasn't going to school So I started going back to school, and it was hard. I couldn't really learn. I couldn't see anything really on the board. I couldn't see what I was writing. I couldn't write, so I had to change. But what happened though, when I started going to school, I started getting more support, and people started coming up to me saying, "I'm here for you, Will. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you." And I go, "Wow, this is amazing. This is incredible. I'm starting to get more support." So that depressed mindset that I once had, that depressed bathtub when everything was out of control, when all the water was going everywhere, I was starting to clean it up now. I was starting to clean up my mind by doing my first priority. But I could not stop here. I had to keep going. I had to keep fighting, and I had to keep doing priorities in order to make my life better. So what I did then, I started playing sport. I started getting into sport. I started playing footy, and a year's passed now, and I'm 16. And I've faced so many challenges, but what has happened through these challenges, I'm starting to become stronger. I'm starting to realize that all that's negative in my life is actually making me stronger, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without it happening. So now I'm thinking, well, I'm 16, and I said, I'm gonna do a bodybuilding competition. I set a goal, and I'm gonna do a bodybuilding competition. And it was very tough. It was real hard. One of the toughest things I've ever done in my life. It was training every night, and it was real tough. And I got to the competition, and I couldn't really see what was going on. I was on stage and I was posing, and I couldn't see what was happening. And I was up against guys in their 20s, and I was only 16. But I went up in there and I tried, and all I did was do my best. And I tried to complete this priority, and I did it. And that bathtub, that depressed mind state that I once had just about a year ago, well, that bathtub that was once overflowing and out of control, well, we're starting to reduce it a little bit more. And we're really starting to take control. I'm really starting to take control of my life. So from there, I started completing all these different priorities in my life. I started getting to public speaking, and I set a goal to become a motivational speaker. And I'm doing that now. And it feels incredible. So then I thought, you know what, another year's passed from the bodybuilding competition. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna climb a mountain. I'm gonna climb the tallest mountain in Victoria, which was Mount Bogon. And it was very tough. It was a lot of steps, and it was a big day, and we went up to the top in the first day, and not many people can do that. And it took a few days to get over the whole mountain. And I remember going up halfway up the mountain and thinking, why am I doing this? I remember thinking, why are you doing this, Will? What's the point in this? Why would you want to do this? This is crazy. And then I had to remind myself that challenges are good for you, Will. Challenges are what make you stronger. Challenges are what make you the person that you are. And that's for everyone. Every negative thing that you might think it's negative, it actually makes you stronger, and it makes you better, it makes you more powerful. So I didn't just stop halfway up that mountain. I went all the way to the top, and I got to the top, and I felt like I was on top of the world. I was taking control of my life, and I was doing everything I can, and I was fighting. I wasn't going to sit down and let it walk all over me. That depressed mind state that was once everywhere, I had reduced it now, and now I'm in control. I did everything I can to complete it, and that's what it takes. It takes consistency, and it takes fighting. Okay, you cannot do one priority, do one thing for yourself, and then hopefully you might get better. You have to keep going, you have to keep fighting. It took me a while. It took me a couple of years, but I got there, and you can too. So no matter how long it takes, no matter what you go through, keep fighting and keep going until you find yourself happy with your life.